G'day everyone, I am BlueBlaze, and something I briefly covered in my recent Crossing Void video is the idea of video game preservation. In the video, I stated about how I was somewhat documenting aspects of the game as a form of preservation. I received a comment about another creator archiving the game on their channel, and some others about how some players were unable to finish the game. I feel this goes hand in hand with the preservation of the game as a whole, and I thought I might quickly put together some notes and sort of rant about the state of preservation, or more accurately the lack of preservation, in video games, using two examples from my experience with the subject. I myself am a large fan of collecting physical copies of media, mainly for the feeling of holding a physical item to myself, however as well for the preservation of the media. Owning the physical version of something means it can never disappear once some higher-ups decide they do not want it on something anymore. I feel this helps to respect the developers of these works. They put a fair amount of effort into creating these forms of entertainment for people, and someone above can then flick the switch and make it gone in an instant. This is primarily true with server-based games such as Crossing Void, where if the game is not making enough money to keep the server running, the game is likely to be wiped from everything other than some storage devices at the developer's location. Another game I have had preservation issues with myself is Destiny 2. Where I started playing through the older campaigns, the original ones in the game, and while I was in the middle of playing them, they just got rid of them. I don't know, I was really enjoying playing the older campaigns. But what I understand, they're not very well liked, however, I wasn't quite enjoying them. I just like any sort of story mode, to be honest, personally. And yeah, just for them to remove it out of nowhere, and not even have them archived in the game to play, it's like the game is still there to play, however, it's not preserving any of the older content in the game. And that's another thing I've noticed a lot of games doing recently, where they just remove content and never bring it back. I say I noticed that, however, the only one I can actually think of right now is Destiny 2. However, I'm pretty sure there are others. I don't know. I don't understand. Like, it's gotten to the point where I haven't played Destiny 2 until the making of this video, just to get some footage, as it left such a sour taste in my mouth removing all those campaigns. Yeah. On the topic of what to do about the preservation problem, I feel I must say I am personally not a fan of emulation unless it is officially produced, and I probably won't go into that much further because I'm pretty sure it's a fairly controversial topic, and no thanks. However, some other suggestions I have are, creating an offline mode for server-based games, with most of the content available still, because that way, when the servers get shut down, the games will still be playable at least, or just downloadable for archival purposes, and just giving the ability to let people play it after the servers shut down, even if the online modes don't work. The ranking and all that sort of thing doesn't work. It would be nice to be able to still go into the game. And I understand a lot of my video here is mainly focusing on Crossing Void, however that is the most recent one that has happened for me, and the one that really inspired this video overall anyway. Yeah. Another thing I can think of is developers releasing content that they don't support anymore in maybe a new section of Steam that is set up, mainly just say the Steam store adds an archive section, and then in this archive section you can just access old games or something like that, whether they run locally or not, and you can even sell the games for money, similar to the virtual shop, the virtual console, from the Wii and the Wii U, where you have all the older games there and they can be sold for $3 to $4 or something like that. I think that'd be really cool, because in the end it's only making the developer money and it's making the fans happy. The only issue with it would be that a lot of developers may have to go back into the game and rework it to work on Steam. However, even then, I'm not sure how much effort that would take. I am only partially a game developer. I haven't done that much into game development. I've done a few things, dabbled with different things, and I'm currently making a game. However, I'm making it directly for Steam, where a lot of these games may be made for mobile or console or something like that. and to archive it on a platform like Steam or Epic or something like that would require, like, just, I think, a little bit more effort to port it over, unless they were to make more stores or more archival sections of the stores on the consoles themselves as well. I guess the final thing I can think of, which runs off the last thing anyway, is the development of an officially endorsed archive website or service that, like, can use official emulation or rebuilds of games that aren't supported anymore, like similar to NSO for the NES, SNES, N64, and just Mega Drive / Genesis software, I think. Yeah, I haven't got the expansion pack. That's why I haven't. However, yeah, something like that, just for all games, and having it officially, like, endorsed by the big companies like Ubisoft, EA, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Capcom, all that sort of thing, just for their old games, I think would be really cool. I understand, like, a lot of legacy titles for some companies, especially when they're really popular, can sell for a lot of money. Maybe not those ones going on there, like, say, like the old Mega Mans coming out in the legacy collections and such. You wouldn't want to put all those on there because they're technically still supported, I guess. Like, they keep releasing them. Same with the old Sonic games, things like that. However, I think, like, allowing older games that aren't supported as such anymore, like maybe Rise Star or something like that, just have, like, dedicated sections of a website, services that could be on every console maybe. Even, like, another way to do it, as much as I'm not a fan of streaming, is you could have a website that just streams the games, like older, unsupported things. And back to what I said with the Steam one, you could set it up for price payments as well, like $3 to play a game or something like that. Like, that sort of thing, just allowing people to play the games properly in a legal way, and that doesn't involve too much hassle. Especially because there's a lot of people who jump into series these days, and I feel I can somewhat say this, like, I'm not most of the demographic, however, I'm fairly young as a person, I guess I could say that, I don't know. And, like, there are people in my generation who jump into games, and they want to go back and try out the original versions, and then they just can't. Like, it's a problem, I feel anyway, personally. And I guess, like, the argument against it is, like, oh, games need to evolve, why bother having the older games? Even then, it's still nice to look back at the history, look back at the art that was created, and I guess, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think probably the best way would be an officially endorsed archive, like, whether it be a website or a service. I think that would be really cool. Probably a service would be best. I would love it on multiple consoles, or just on everything. That'd be pretty cool. Like, because I have my Vita. My Vita is my favorite console of all time. And, like, being able to go back and get all these different games from different generations on the Vita, like PSP, PS1, PS Vita games themselves, some PS3 games, like, all that sort of thing, because they had, like, dual releases and everything like that. Even PS4 games had some dual releases and things like that. And, yeah, it's... my Vita, I love my Vita. Like, to the point where I still play my Vita every day. Because there's a lot of games on there I just love to play, and I'm going to be really sad when they close the store, and I was really sad when they went to close the store before. Anyway, that's going off topic. Yeah, back to an officially endorsed service, I think would just be really cool. I understand some things would be difficult to get over, maybe that's where streaming comes in. I guess PlayStation tried that with PS Now and the PS3 games back when. I don't know, I think it would be neat anyway. In rounding the video off, I think I may state how I feel video games take a good amount of effort to create and can be considered an art just as much as a painting can. I would personally love to see some initiative put into making sure these games are preserved, like any other art out there. However, for now, I feel that is all from me. Please feel free to let me know your thoughts about the topic in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I shall be back in the next one. Cheers everyone!